Imagine scoring the winning goal. The crowd erupts. Your teammates pile on. Your whole country goes completely insane with joy. And then nothing. No trophy, no title, no world champion. Because there is no World Cup. There never was. Football itself worked fine. Football just could not agree with itself on who was in charge. This is the story of a problem nobody planned for. The man who fixed it, and the game that united the planet. In 1863, England wrote the laws of the game. Kick the ball, score goals, no hands. Here is the rule book. And then the sport simply left. It spread through sailors and workers and migrants. The game tucked inside their travel boots. By the 1890s, Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay already had serious football cultures. The game moved across the planet far faster than any structure could ever follow it. The game had common rules. International football simply had no common leadership at all. Every country had its own association, its own calendar, its own idea of a match. Who's referee? Which body settles a dispute? Nobody at the border could answer. Banned in France, a player crossed into Belgium the next weekend and simply played anyway. The sport was everywhere you looked. The governance was simply nowhere to be found. The chaos was not a war. It looked like a very long, dull argument about paperwork. Everyone saw a football problem. Robert Guerin saw an authority problem. Robert Guerin was a French journalist, not a president, not a diplomat, a journalist. This was never a rules problem. This was an authority problem nobody had solved. Without one authority, football would stay a scatter of local games that just looked alike. So Guerin went to the most powerful football nation on the planet, England. England's answer was simple. We are the authority. Why should we answer to a committee? Which is like inventing the telephone, then refusing to answer when someone calls. Guerin first tried to bring England in. When that failed, he moved forward with the continental nations. In 1904, 7 countries sat in a back room in Paris and created FIFA. Germany joined the very same day by telegram. England, the country that codified the sport, was not even in the room when it got organized. England joined the following year, fashionably late to their own group project. A governing body with no showcase is just a committee. It needed a crown. Football had matches, rivalries, even Olympic champions, but not one ultimate prize. Football had been at the Olympics since 1900, and by the 20s, everyone watched. But the Olympics only allowed amateurs. The best professionals were completely locked out. Professionals were banned, so you watched only the second best of every nation. By 1928, the tournament had simply grown too big for the Olympics to hold. Uruguay won Olympic football in 1924 and 1928 before massive crowds. Jules Rimet watched and understood. The world wanted this. Football needed its own stage. Rimet's vision went further than anyone imagined. Not just coordinating football, giving it a stage of its own. He proposed a world championship. Every nation, the best players on earth, every 4 years. On May 28, 1928, the FIFA Congress agreed. Getting it actually played was another challenge. Uruguay was chosen to host in 1930. The journey from Europe meant weeks at sea during the Great Depression, when nobody had money. 2 months before kickoff, not a single European team had officially entered. Rimet called in every favor he had. He personally persuaded France to make the journey. Belgium came through too, and Romania's King Carol II got personally involved. He picked the squad himself and guaranteed every player a job when they returned home. 4 European teams made it, 13 nations in total. Remet sailed with the trophy in his luggage. On July 30th, 1930, Uruguay defeated Argentina 4-2 in Montevideo. In front of an estimated 93,000 fans, Uruguay became the first World Cup champions. The crowds were unlike anything football had seen. The atmosphere was proof. Remet had been right. From that afternoon, it grew. Through world wars and boycotts and scandals and expanding formats. It grew through Pelé and Maradona and Ronaldo and Messi. Today, more nations than the United Nations. One final drew 1.5 billion viewers. Nearly 1 in 5 people alive on Earth watching the same 90 minutes at the same time. FIFA did not create football. Football was already alive. Kids already kicking balls through dusty streets. Clubs already filling stadiums. Rivalries already burning. What FIFA built was a way for all those separate stories to become one single global story. Not because they speak the same language. Because they speak football.